guys, it's Laura, checking in, saying hi on a cold, rainy, or I'd say cool, not cold, rainy weekend. I just got back from walking across to the library. It's right near my house, so anyway, by the time I got out, it was sprinkling, which it's supposed to be raining all weekend here in Florida. Those of you who watch me who are from Florida, you know that, all right? Anyway, so I hope everybody's having a good weekend, and I had some time because apparently I'm going to be in the house today working, which I need to do anyway. The weather's forcing me to do that. So I figured, let's see, I went to the library to, kind of back up my phone and stuff, so hopefully we get a good video here, and I'm also able to upload it. I still have not connected Wi-Fi at my house yet, or internet, or whatever you want to say. So anyway, I did a video about going to a town in Florida called Casadega. It's supposed to be a psychic, well, they call it, I believe they call it the psychic capital of the world, because there's so many psychic mediums and stuff, and tarot readers and spiritual people in this small town in Florida. And it's a pretty fun trip, and I actually want to go there again. I went there with a friend, and it was really fun. Yeah, I recommend going to see it, and it's historic. There's a historic hotel and a spiritualist camp. Okay, I did not attend the spiritualist camp. Who knows? Maybe at some point I might. It's still up and running today, and this is what the town is like. No gas stations, no restaurants. There's one hotel with a restaurant and bar, so if you're going there, either be prepared to eat or drink there, or bring something, okay? But it is very quaint, quiet, and not spooky at all, in my opinion. Anyway, I have a video on my videos or my shorts that you can watch that shows me in the town. It's fun. I just find it interesting, and I still haven't read through this whole book yet, but anyway, the man who formed the spiritual camp is a medium named George P. Colby. And it says 2 events appeared to have been a catalyst for his medium abilities or mediumship. One, he was baptized in frozen water to the point where they had to cut a hole in the ice to baptize him. And then another is an uncle came to him, came through to him and told him that he had medium abilities. So supposedly those are the 2 catalysts to his becoming a medium and eventually forming this camp. Says his uncle sent him a message from the spirit world through the abilities of a medium. Oh, so a medium helped him realize that he was a medium. Anyway, I don't want to get too in depth in it because I don't want to take credit for it, but this is the town, this is the book. If you want to go visit it, I'm not getting paid for it. I just thought it was a cool trip, and the point of this is what makes us, throw this over here, pardon the noise. What makes people, what's the catalyst for people becoming spiritual, religious, doing healing work for themselves and for others is a lot of times interesting, not always traumatic, but I would say a lot of times events that happen which causes you to make a change and go in that direction, okay? So just linking the story together with what I'm saying. So if you're going through anything, or you've gone through multiple things, and you've found that you wanted to go down a path of healing and spirituality or religion or whatever that you're into, don't be surprised, because that's how it happens a lot of times. That's how it happened for me. And so am I any kind of guru or anything like that? No. I'm just a person who's trying to go learn from things that have happened to me and go a different and more positive direction. And if I can help others by talking, that's what I'm gonna do, through sharing my experiences. So if you're interested, give the videos a like. I know listen, it's just the way this works. It helps the channel. It helps other people be able to listen to the stories, connect with friends. There's a lot of people who feel, I don't want to say lonely. I mean, possibly lonely, but like that other people don't understand you or anything like that. And it's a place where you can come and feel, be part of something that is hopefully on the higher vibrational side. Sometimes maybe you'll get a laugh or something like that, but I'm not a medical professional, therapist, or anything like that. I'm just a person sharing stories, okay? Anyway, so yeah, let's just leave it at that. I had some other things I wanted to talk about, but they're not quite as light, so maybe I'll save them for tomorrow or something like that. Because that was another thing I was thinking about, is some of the things that I went through to get up here. And well, let me just say this morning I was able to wake up, sleep as long as I wanted to, do what I want, get up, make coffee, listen to music. Do you know how long it's been since I played music in a house and just, feel like dancing around a little bit and enjoying myself? Probably easily 5 years. Because the last house I lived at, there was cameras everywhere and tracking devices to the point where I felt like I was under surveillance all the time, even though it wasn't supposed to be watching me. I did not feel safe at that house to be myself ever. So I quit dancing. I pretty much just went into a shell of a person. And then I also found out later that there was a tracking device on my car that I didn't know about after the fact. I knew it was on the other vehicles that this person owned because they told me that, but never told me that. I don't remember them ever telling me that they put one on my car. Very intrusive, very toxic, and I'm still working through things that happened there, okay? But I've come a long way, and I also stayed in that situation, and so I am partly to blame. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I didn't make mistakes. I'm not saying I didn't act nasty in that relationship, but I was on guard, and I felt on guard and in defense mode most of the relationship. So I'm just going to say it like that. Anyway, these are some of the types of relationships that guided me to change my life and start being more discerning of the people that I either attract or accept into my life, and start questioning why, and have very high expectations of the people I let around my energy moving forward, and as well as my families, because I felt some of these people were very insidious, and they were like diseases intruding upon my life and my family members. And it's important to be careful of who you let around the people that you love, because they're just, I don't want to say victims, but they are being exposed to people that you should be a lot more careful about. And they can really cause real problems in families, maliciously, on purpose. So be careful. Anyway, on a lighter note, because we're talking about how we got here, that was that story. Now today, being that it's kind of rainy, it's kind of gray, a little bit cool, I felt like doing a little more romantic deck. So I'm going to do a couple cards, and I'm going to show you the cards that I'm using today, because I just in case you want to know what I'm looking at. So this one I bought really because it had a romantic feel, and they're really pretty cards, and I just like, it was attractive to me. It's called Ciro Marchetti's Gilded Reverie Lenormand. Okay, this is what the box looks like. I just felt it's really pretty, and the cards are pretty. I like the way the first day I was like trying to pull the back, because, well, I don't have very good patience, but you lift it like this, and the cards go into the little box, and it's got a little magnet, which is nice. And the guidebook, and then the cards are really pretty. They have gold edges, and that's the front of them. And then the designs are just really pretty. They're very glossy. Nice deck. So that's what we're going to use today. Okay, this has different messages. I have to read out of the book. It is not set up like to the other tarot cards. So I'm going to do 3 of those. Actually, I should set them out how I picked them, like that. Okay. So I don't know what's going to come out today, guys, at all. I don't have very much room here, because even though I got a little larger table, it's not that large. Then I'm going to do 1 mushroom daily doses of wisdom. I use these a lot because I just thought they were cute, and I think mushrooms are really interesting. There's a lot of information behind what mushrooms are all about, what they do in the forest, and you'll have to research that. And oddly enough, I like pretty cards, so I am usually more attracted to prettier cards. Okay. These also have a gold edge. They have different pictures of mushrooms. Okay. So we'll do one of these. I'm gonna get picky with it. I'm just gonna take that one. And my cat is all over the bedroom, so hopefully she doesn't. In a little space, it's a good thing she's very delicate, because she walks all over the smallest little surfaces. Like right now she's thinking about getting on a windowsill where there's no room whatsoever. So she could possibly knock something down right now. Hopefully not. Kitten, okay, excuse me for a second. Cats. Sorry about my little noisy chair. Again, I'm getting an office chair. Bear with me. Cats, chairs. And then we'll do Witching Hour Oracle, at least one, because this one a little long. Oh, we got Poison Thorn, low vibration, yikesy. And if we have time, well, no, we're gonna have to do it. Feeding Crows Transformation. So this is the Witching Hour Oracle. I'm trying to show you all the cards that I use. Okay. There you go. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's put that over there. Poison Thorn. And And these I have to read because I have no idea. Here's the first one. Hope my phone holds out. I already do. Okay, so this one is number 2, the clover. I bring you luck and happiness. I make things better, and as long as there isn't a negative card after me, let's see. I told you these read different. I will turn difficulties to opportunities. I am the nice surprise and the happy sighs. Okay, well, I don't know if the next one looks very great, but I believe it's called Scythe or Scythe, whatever you call these tools. That's a number 10. Let's see. Hopefully I can make sense of this reading. The Scythe. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the sun. Be careful, I am swift and sharp. I cut through with precision, with a sharp and clear vision. I am an accident, a deep cut, a break, or sometimes difficult decision that needs to be made. I can bring good harvest or danger. Look at what I am cutting nearby. It just might be your wage. Well, hope it's not something cutting our luck. And then we have, these are all, I don't know. And then we have 7, which is a big snake. Seven is snake. Watch out for me because I am always hiding. You can never trust or believe me. I am cheating, deceiving, and will betray you in a heartbeat. Be careful where you are treading. My fangs will surely have you dreading. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's read more of the meanings and then we'll decide what they're trying to tell us, okay? This card, the first one, clover, depicts an explosive reverie of clover. 3- and 4-leaf clover bearing white flowers are set against the backdrop of an idyllic day. All is vibrant, green, fertile, and promising growth and luck. The white of the flower symbolizes the purity of luck. Where this card is placed, all is well. When taken in the context of flower language, the white of the flower is known to be a symbol, too, of remembrance. The card can mean, think of me. Okay, from someone afar, maybe someone who was a snake. The 3-leaf clover is commonly known by the Irish as a shamrock and associated with luck. Since the 4-leaf clover is less prevalent, the act of finding one naturally in the wild is considered very lucky. The clover is also known to have associations with love, passion, and abandonment. Medieval poetry was full of passionate trysts between young lovers in fields of clover. So here we also have the state of being lucky in love. However, if the clover lies next to the scythe, expect the luck of love to be short-lived. So this might be a snake you just dealt with, like the story I just told. Let's just remember this. All snakes probably became that way from things they went through, and I'm not excusing them, and I'm not forgiving them. I will tell you again and again that a lot of spiritual people and probably even religious people think that you should forgive all, okay? You have free will to do that. I will forgive. No, again, I don't like that. I don't use that word when somebody has done me ultra dirty. I will say I accept the fact that you are a broken person and that you need to work on yourself. But the forgiveness has to come from whoever you consider your higher power, not from me. Okay, what I have to do is I have to take accountability for why that person, that snake, came into my life, why I accepted it, and what my part in the situation was. And if I had snaky ways, even defending myself with the snake, work on those. Okay, but it isn't my place to give them validation or forgiveness, in my opinion. If you want to forgive, you forgive. Okay, so with that being said, let's fully read the Scythe. This item is a simple agricultural tool used to clear away grass and gather the wheat at harvest time. In the world of the Lenormand, it symbolizes a sudden trauma or shock that will take you by surprise. A swift, clear cut will be made. It is dangerous too, as it is sharp. We must be careful where this card points, particularly in a grand tableau. I don't know what that is. The cards next to the blade tip moderate its influence, making it more or less extreme in its impact. Okay, so the tip is pointing towards the snake, so I would say that's probably pretty extreme. For example, the scythe next to the clover would make the shock less severe. Okay, it is next to the clover. It is almost as if cutting through clover luck blunts the blade. Okay. All right, so I'm going to give you my take on this. Yes, there was a snake in your life. Yes, it was bad. Yes, it was a horrible cut. However, I think that our luck is giving us healing and the fortune to be able to cut this snake out of our life and any more snakes coming forward or coming in the future. Let's keep going. This symbol can represent a call to action, particularly when combined with cards such as the Rider. It is not, so we're going to move on to Snake. The game of hope makes it clear to stay safe from the bite of this dangerous snake. Be afraid, very afraid, as betrayal may very well be in the cards where this card lies. Watch out for a superficial person who is prone to be malicious, particularly when combined with the dog. It's not. Quite literally, a bitchy best friend meaning you harm. Let's just say here that duplicitous behavior and the two-faced person could be a problem. The card warns you to be wary and watch where you tread. Our snake here in the apple tree also alludes to the Garden of Eden, the original breakup of the happy relationship we saw in earlier cards, such as the house. The Lenormand cards are firmly rooted in Christian tradition, such as the cross and even the park is seen in the original game as a biblical place. So be wary and look to the cards around the snake to see what is in the nature of the evil in your situation. Okay, so I told you what. So this is what I think for myself and the collectives, because I'm here with you guys too, and I've been through it too. Okay, and all these things can have to do with you as well as with me. Some readers separate themselves. I think it's a way for all of us to get good information. Again, just my personal opinion. Now, if a friend asks me, like the last reading I did, I'm going to guide it more towards them, but it's always a good message for all of us to pay attention to. Okay? So again, I believe we had snakes either in the past or currently around us. It could be both. Keep your eyes open, but I believe that we are going to be lucky enough and fortunate enough to cut these snakes out of our life for good. And like I was saying in the beginning of the message, oddly enough, not really, because I believe that when I do these, my spirit team or my higher power always has a way of joining it all together. Be careful about who you're around. Be real careful about who you have around you and who you let in your life. Listen to your body, listen to your instincts, listen to the red flags, no matter how you feel at the time, no matter, don't ignore them. Every time you ignore this snake right here, will bite you. Keeping it moving. 33. Poison thorn. Poison thorn, low vibrations, unhealed trauma, self-sabotage, dwelling on the past. When a finger is pricked by a poison thorn, the first thing to do is to pull the thorn out, removing the source of the discomfort. Cut that thorn out. The wound can't begin to heal if the thorn stays in place and may even become infected, which can spread to other areas. Emotional traumas are a lot like thorns, and that have been left inside to fester. They continue to hurt, then spread, and before you know it, your entire being is suffering. Hallowed one, it is time to let go of the hurt, trauma, and baggage you've been carrying. At this point, holding on to the past is causing more pain than the original event, leading to a stagnation, self-sabotage, and self-destruction. You may even see your hurt affecting positive areas of your life. A bad breakup may result in lack of focus at work, or the sudden loss of a job could put strain on otherwise healthy relationship. You can't change the hurt that has occurred, but you can do your best to begin to pick up the pieces. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hands. Therefore, if you choose to focus on the pain, that's what you will continue to find. But if you release the cause of the hurt and learn to find the light in the darkness, you give yourself not only the chance to heal, but to learn the truth of how strong and rare you are. 100%. 100%. Thank you. Okay, feeding the crows. 20. Feeding the crows, transformation, seeking knowledge, seeking beauty in unexpected places. Crows are often seen as pests by non-magical folks, but in the magical community, they are a beautiful symbol of magic. They represent manifestation, shape-shifting, and transformation. They will also warn you when you need assistance or fail to see danger. They are complex creatures, but one of the most beautiful and animal energies to work with if you let them guide you. The fact that many people see them as ugly and disgusting only lends to their magic. Crow teaches you to find beauty in the ugly, the undesirable, and the discarded. It's often your hardships and your darkness that offer the most opportunity for growth. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're talking about. You know, cutting out these snakes that you've encountered that's left a bad taste in your mouth and bad energy. Just low vibrations, get rid of them. Pull the thorn out. The crow teaches you to find beauty in the ugly, the undesirable, the discarded, your hardships, your darkness that offer the most opportunity for growth. If you find crow upon you, it could be a sign to make the most of a bad situation. What you're going through now is shifting you, and while it's a hardship at the moment, someday you will realize your current challenge has prepared you for success. Yes, it's what put me up here. This card may also come to you when you are ready to dive deeper into your practice or are about to awaken to psychic gifts. Wow, that's interesting. So we're talking about mediumship. Anyway, of psychic gifts and ways of being that have remained dormant until now. Gifts have a way of finding us when we need them. Don't be surprised to discover talents when your back is against the wall. Receiving this card is a sign that you are close to unlocking self-awareness that will change the entire course of your life. Oh my gosh, this went together so good. I love it. You see, like the beginning, like George Colby, who became a medium through traumatic events, with me sitting up here and a lot of people in the spiritual world who read tarot and oracle cards, who have been through a lot of situations which led them to having the healing journey to be able to speak and help others. take whatever situation, whatever snake in your life currently, hopefully not in the future, but in the future and in the past, and cut the pain, cut the thorn, cut the snakes, but realize that the luck of it is that you went through this, and now you're going to be stronger, wiser, more discerning, more choosy of the people that you allow around yourself and your loved ones. Today, I will remove should from my vocabulary. Yeah. So if you're saying, should I or shouldn't I get rid of this snake or allow this snake into my life? The answer is yes, you should. So when you're asking yourself the question of should, don't. Should you allow, here, let's put it this way. If it doesn't want you to have it in your vocabulary, probably because you're like, should I let this jackass in my life? Let's remove should and say, I absolutely will not let this jackass in my life. Let's do that. Okay. Should out. Because you have good luck. You have good luck. And you have transformation coming. Awesome. Ooh, that was loud. I'm sorry. I know there's some people that are sensitive to sound. I apologize. Let me do this softly. Is that better? That's better, right? So I don't offend anyone's ears and senses. Wonderful. Yeah. This is Florida water, so let's freshen up the energy, okay? I loved that. That was a good message for all of us. Couple initials. How about that? Let's end it with that. And then I'm going to move on with my day. I got boxes to unpack. It's raining, and it's a great day to just be inside, listen to music, and work on my apartment. BS. Hey. Cut the BS. Cut the BS. BS, I believe that is an I, L, V, K, J. Somebody, that might mean something to someone, okay? Those initials are somebody, some snake you might be dealing with, okay? B, S, I, L, V, K, J. Okay? Awesome. Awesome reading. Okay, I love you guys. Good weekend. I'm probably going to come on here tomorrow if I have time. Hopefully I will, because I plan on just getting myself more and more settled into this place, this new place, which felt so strange, and at times still does, but I'm getting used to it. Day by day, we have to take the leap, the scary leaps, to make changes in our life. And it's either going to go well or it's going to go horribly. But if you sit around stagnant and don't do anything about it, including cutting these snakes out of your life, you will not transform. Okay. All right. Love you guys. Okay. Remember, visit Casadega if you can. Watch my video. It's pretty interesting. There's an energy vortex there, supposedly, too. And I think there's another one in Sedona, and I don't know how many other places, but cool place to go. Okay. Maybe next time I'll show you a piece of art I got from there that I love. It kind of reminds me of The Shining, but I know that sounds super creepy, and the picture is a little bit, but it doesn't feel scary. It feels more interesting, and I just think has to do with the history of the hotel, and maybe what it's so old. It's from the 18 or 1900s. I think 1900s. So yeah, I think it's the 1900s. So I'm sure there's a lot of people, a lot of spirits and souls who have passed through that building, which is what I think the picture actually, represents. I'll show it to you next time. I'm going to get it framed and hang it in my home, because it was a really interesting place. I did not see psychics while I was there, but I just walked through the town and the ferry trail and the parks and went to the hotel. I had some drinks there. It was fun. It was nice. It was a good time. Again, I went with my son's father. We are good friends, and it was a nice trip. But I plan on doing it again. Okay? All right. So see you later, and have a good weekend. Okay?